Feel good?
As we were going through that prep meeting, I started feeling some energy.
Good.
Here we go. Let's get it. Woo! Unfiltered Gems. Hey, you watched Insecure last night, right? Obviously.
I sure did. Of course.
Man, oh man, I can't wait till we
Okay. All right. So look, we're coming in hot. It's been a long ass weekend.
We're here, baby. Unfiltered Gems. I'm so excited, man.
I did not like. The prep meeting was very solemn, and at a door there's like an overburst of energy, and I love it. I'm here for it. It's great. So
as soon as we hear record, it's just turns
my god, it comes on. So shout out to all the listeners. We've been saying it. I'm Malcolm Alexander,
and I'm Ryan Hale.
Hale, what the hell is good with you? How was your weekend? I mean, it was Hollow weekend for me.
Yeah,
so I told y'all, and I'll recap. I have been turned up since Thursday. So I'm
literally. You're not joking.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Like I was sleeping just before recording, and when we're done, I'm going right back to sleep. So I can assure you that, brother. How was your weekend, man?
Oh, man. It was good, bro. It was good, man. I just got an opportunity to get some work done. Did some stuff for church yesterday. Shot a dope video for them, so it was really cool, man. Just got to hang out with the family. My mom's birthday is today, so shout out to my mom.
Happy birthday to you.
To ya.
Come on.
Happy birthday to
Come on, head voice.
Yes, sir. You stupid.
Come on, head voice.
No, shout out to my mom. That's my ride or die. I love her with all my heart. So celebrating her birthday today after the show. Well, I guess for the people listening to this, her birthday was yesterday. But yeah, man, just got a chance to. We went to the gun range for the first time ever. So
hell
I got to
yeah,
for the first time. Yeah, I didn't kill anybody, hit anybody,
you
injure anyone. So
you think you're gonna buy a gun now?
That was a success. You know what's so crazy? I was talking about.
How do you feel like after the range? I feel like when people go to the range and they come back, like, because I'm very much like, I'd like to know how to shoot, but I'm like, I don't want a gun. But I have a lot of people that they're all about guns, and safely, not just like I got
right. Exactly.
Did going to the range, did it change your perception of like I maybe could actually have a piece?
For sure.
Protection?
I definitely need to take a class to learn on the safety precautions and what to do or what not to do, all that stuff. But I do see the benefit in having one, especially since I live alone, and then obviously once I have a family as well, just the extra case of protection if I ever need it. So I definitely see the use of it. Hopefully, prayerfully, I'll never have to use it, but it is something I'm looking into buying in the near future for sure.
So y'all hear that? Don't pull up on Ryan unannounced, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. Shoot first, ask questions later.
Look. My dad says you'll get a warning sound. You might get one warning shot.
Exactly, one warning shot.
He said,
maybe.
He said if the cock, if that doesn't, he said if that doesn't scare you right there, he goes, be lucky. And my dad is a former marksman, so like this man can he can shoot with his eyes closed. I've never seen it. Like how I didn't get the shooting genes, I'll never know. Maybe because I'm a peace-loving human. You know what I'm saying? No wars. All that, but dude, no, it was crazy. Like
it's crazy that you mentioned your dad, though. Obviously, like you said, he was a marksman, and my dad, he worked for the Department of Defense in the past, so he knows how to shoot and everything. But my mom had never shot, so she was just saying though, like the reason that she wanted to go and why she wants to get a gun now is because she was like, as we get older, we become more. What's the word that she used? More unable to really defend themselves.
Totally,
like we can't run as fast or whatnot, so we become more of a target to people, to intruders or whatnot. She was like, if anybody comes in this door unannounced, I want to be able to,
like I said,
have some protection. So
you'll get a warning sound. You might hear the bullets going in.
That might be the only sound you're getting.
I ain't gotta say nothing. I say, baby girl, she let. You gonna know. You will know. Stupid. I'm just saying. Well, that's so tight. Next time I go out to Arizona, we're going to the range.
Yeah, for sure.
Me and you.
We're
going to the range, bro. I love it.
Let's get
what did I do this weekend?
What didn't you do? Is better.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, some parts are a blur. Rightfully so. I had the fucking time of my life. We're going to get into Halloween and just how I've turned Halloween into one of my favorite holidays. I think like as a kid, cool, you like it because of like candy and dressing up and, your friends. In college, I was not the biggest Halloween person. I could care less about Halloween most times. But just lately, especially in the vein of like celebrate life, celebrate you every day. Like it could be just a Tuesday, and sometimes I'm like, it's a self-care day. It's a day to celebrate me, and it's like I think I like that about Halloween. And I've made it a theme for the past 3 years. I always dress up as like one of my heroes. It's so I think it's kind of also like about embodying this energy, just going out and like, so this weekend, shout out, you already know, East Compton Clovers. I teased you, and I mentioned cheer last week, and you were like, yes.
Yeah, when you said it, I said, oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
So wait, who's your hero in this scenario? Okay,
no, hold on. Okay. This is not exactly a hero. So it is my sister's birthday today as well, just like your mother.
Amber.
So Amber had a 99s and 2000s birthday party on Saturday. So Bring It On is one of my this is one of my family's like favorite movies. Like we used to literally watch this. Like I literally showed my dad the video, the video of this,
and that's why you said "burr."
Yeah, and he goes, "Burr, it's cold in here." Like he said, there must be some clovers in the atmosphere. I'm dead ass. Like our black ass family watched Bring It On religiously and still do. Like
that's
it could
hilarious.
be if we get together for a family.
That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
Bring It On. That had the original dissertation on gentrification in pop culture. When you think about Big Red, who was the Toros former cheer captain, she was stealing her cheers from the Compton Clovers.
Yep,
and it took the Clovers to win at the, I'm sorry, spoiler, to win at the end of the movie for them to see like, hey, yeah, that's right, we're the originators of this slide.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You've been touched by an angel, girl. Like all that. Like Bring It On is just, it is, oh my God. And but we'll get into, I'll have a way to bring this topic. I want to get into the show. I'll bring up more Bring It On because we're going to talk a little bit later, maybe about some Lil Nas X and Boosie stuff. And it's funny what was allowed in the early 2000s language-wise, because when you watch Bring It On and you play it back, there's some stuff said in the movie and you're like, oh, we wouldn't say that today. But
or that wasn't offensive back then.
Or wasn't offensive back then, right? They're throwing the F word around like crazy. And at that time, heard it frivolously. Now we don't, right? What does it mean for culture to change? What it also means for my weekend to change, after the party, Saturday, we partied till like, oh my God, so late. My mom and auntie got there, and then that's when more alcohol came. We were just turned up. And then Sunday came around, and it was the Keishanada concert here in LA at the Shrine. So I said my heroes. So what was it? Last year I did Michael Jackson, Janet Scream video. Michael was a hero of mine growing up.
Oh, okay.
And then Powerline from the Goofy movie I did the year before that.
I do remember that.
So I'm just making it a point every year. I've always wanted to dress up as like a hero or someone really popular in pop culture from my youth. And so I dressed up as Static Shock. I'll put a shock to your system, Virgil Hawkins. You know what I'm saying? And so that was really, really cool to pull up on the show last night. And you're walking around and people are like, oh, it's Static. Oh, it's, you know, it's fun, bro.
Static.
It's Static, you know? And man, but we turned up. It was a group of like 8 of us that went, and then we met more people there. So it was just a big old group. Shout out Kaylin, shout out Noma, shout out Jamal. He went, Conway, Leanna, Victoria was there, Ari was there. My other boy Malcolm was there. My other boy Malcolm was there. There was 3 Malcolms in one place. A lot of Malcolm, bro. It was very overwhelming. We just had a ball, man. In case you just shut it down, Sengo opened up, and then we went. Well, we were at a day party before that, getting crazy. We Ubered from there, and then after the concert, we were like, we should go to an after hour spot. So like, spots that are open to like 5 a.m. So we just been partying, bro, all weekend. Hollow weekend. It's my shit, man. So that's it, man. We got to get in the show. There's a lot to talk about. This week has been wild as far as news is concerned. And I'm just excited to be here with my bruv, with my sister, producer Sarah. So, Hale, if it's okay with you, let's get in the show, buddy.
Let's do it, bro.
All right, we still got the energy up. Unfiltered Gems. We on the 8th episode. Sincerely, thank y'all. Like, dude, like God is so good, man. Like, and every single week there's more feedback, more people, new listeners. So if you're new here, like, thank you. I know we about to set up. So once again, I'm Malcolm Alexander.
And I am Ryan Hale.
At Unfiltered Gems podcast everywhere. Of course, you can see our beautiful faces as well on YouTube. So y'all should get over there
smile
and subscribe. Yeah, smile. Hit the bell for notifications. You already know what it is. Show the pearly whites. I do want to dive in though. We're a day or so after Halloween. Hale, what did you dress up for Halloween for? I feel like I had like a turned up story. You went to the gun range. Did you do anything for Halloween?
So I dressed up for as the same thing I've dressed up as for 29 years now, as me.
Okay. But but if you're kind of like me, you dress as your heroes.
No, not necessarily. um, no, so actually, bro, I have never celebrated Halloween. People who are close to me know this. You know this.
Yeah.
I've never actually celebrated Halloween. Growing up, I was raised in church, as you know. And so my parents were not fans of Halloween, just like meaning behind it and the ghosts, the ghouls, the goblins.
Got it.
Was never a thing. Yeah. So, you know, from a young age, if you start doing something, you kind of follow that pattern or tradition as you go along. And as I got older, since I had never celebrated, it was never like a desire for me. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
In college, from time to time, I went to Halloween parties, never really dressed up or nothing like that. But that was about the extent of it for me, bro. Younger, we had like, you know, church kids would know harvest nights or whatnot.
That's what I texted you. I said,
where you would still have the candy. Yeah,
it's harvest.
Still have all the candy and everything, but it was just no costumes or nothing like that. But it was games and all that stuff. So that's what got me through my childhood, bro. To be honest with you, and never really got into it. But I'm not knocking anybody who does it. I've seen a lot of, and when we're talk about this, saw a ton of dope costumes. Shout out to the Woodies. They had a dope costume from one of my favorite shows, The Office.
Did. I know, baby.
Little Elliot.
Dwight. I said Dwight E. That's what I said. I said, look at Dwighty.
so cute,
adorable, man.
Yeah, it's some super dope costumes that people pulled off. So yeah, I'm not knocking it. I've just never celebrated, and like I said, now that I'm older, it's never like been like a desire of mine. You know what I mean? So,
understand if we have the chance to do Halloween together. Like I told all my friends I went to the K-Tron show last night. I said, look, costumes are mandatory. It's Halloween, yo. Like we have to turn up. We have to do this.
Like said, costumes are mandatory.
They're mandatory. I said vaccine and costume. I said show me proof of both to get to the damn concert. Because man, like I completely understand. You know, when we consider like history of certain holidays too. Right. But I think it's also all perception. And this isn't a knock on you or anyone who doesn't celebrate, right? I think it's like, what have I done or how have I turned my perception of Halloween into something positive? Because I think, you know, in like like Latino culture, there's like Dia de los Muertos, right? And it's a way to like celebrate and honor ancestors and honor the dead, right? And past ones, right? I think that's very beautiful. You know, it's not about like, let's bring them back to life and like conjure
celebrate
them.
that in high school and Spanish class and all of that.
Yeah, you know, like so it's like, I think I like that. And so it's like, I'm never one for like, we're here to watch The Exorcist, but I do love watching a good slasher. I put on Freddy versus Jason the other day just so I can die laughing. If y'all remember, Calandria Rowland is in that movie. And Kelly Rowland, by the way.
I know who she is.
I'm just some people don't know the full name.
She'll always be Kelly.
She'll always be Kelly. But she was in that movie, and people be forgetting. And she was like, she was saying some words in that movie too. We don't get in these words, man. She literally looked at Michael Myers and was like, "What kind of F word? Where's something like this?" And like he like slashes her face. It's hilarious, dude. Like I love that movie. It's so great. So it's like, I've just turned Halloween into like just a chance to like turn up. And I definitely don't make it about no negative ghouls and ghosts or nothing like that. But it is always a really fun time to put on a costume, especially for kids. You know, I love when the kids come over and we get the candy and all that kind of stuff. Like at the end of the day, all these holidays are for children. I turn into a child for 2 nights, but like, you know, Christmas too, Easter, all that. It's like what we like as we get older about holidays is how we can make it a bigger holiday or a big moment for the people below us. For the kids. And you know what I'm saying? Like I turn up on Christmas still, but more for like my nieces and nephews. Yeah. You know, but I want to know celebs best dressed, because you may not dress up, but I know we can all agree on who might have had some of the dopest costumes, because we can just appreciate it, right?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I saw some really good ones. You know, big sports fan, so got to start in the sports world. Aaron Rodgers dressed up as John Wick, which was really
nice.
Dope.
I didn't see that. That's tight.
Yeah. Even though he beat my Arizona Cardinals last week, so that was unfortunate. But
was that the first loss of the season for y'all? Because y'all were pretty
heartbroken.
Got it.
Heartbreaking loss too. Anyway, Aaron Rodgers was good. And then the funniest person, though, I thought was his teammate, Randall Cobb, who's actually his best friend in the league. But he was dressed up as Kanye, and that was absolutely hilarious.
But it was Kanye with the mask on.
Bro,
yeah.
Red suit with the, oh my god,
fire!
I said this dude is a fool.
No, I love it.
That was a good one. I saw. I know our producer shouted out Vanessa Bryant. She was Corella Deville, I believe.
Oh
so that was pretty dope. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Anderson .Paak really stood out to me. He had some really
Stevie
dope
Wonder. He did Stevie Wonder. He did Bruno, and
Prince.
he did Prince. Like,
yeah,
golly, I love him.
Janelle Monáe's was dope. With
who did Janelle do?
The Grinch.
Janelle Monáe. Yes,
she went all out.
She went off.
Yeah.
The video was perfect. The dance moves.
The video was cool too.
Like, oh my god, I adore that woman.
Did you see,
You're missing probably one of my favorites, and I don't know how because this is your girl. So I mean,
Saweetie, trust me. No, I didn't miss it.
Didn't miss it. Saving the best for last.
Saweetie, girl, man. Oh, goodness.
Oh my god. Yeah, but I love the video though because she had Halle in the video.
That was dope.
She won Halloween for me. Like when she starts like voicing Halle Berry's lines as she's walking, and Halle Berry came out and said. And she looks at that was I said it's over. Like, but that right there, like that is a perfect reason why. Like I just love Halloween, man. I love
the funniest one that I saw. I don't know if you know who that rep. I think her name is Flo Milli. I want to say.
Yes, she and her and Buddy did Flavor of Love in New York, and they had the Real Delicious.
Yes,
that was
Oh my gosh, I was dying laughing,
bro.
Because I remember watching that when I was younger. That episode, like. Oh my god!
Okay, so
that was hilarious. That was
talking about Nights of the Brinkley household, Bring It On, and Flavor of Love.
Flavor of Love.
Flavor of Love. Like that was it. That was it. That is the OG reality show. I see every reality show now. I'm like, none of y'all have.
It's never gonna touch it.
It's never gonna touch it. Even the Real Chance of Love, I Love New York was great, but all the spinoffs.
What's the white dude that tried to do a remake of that? Bret Michaels or
Bret Michaels. Yeah, Rock of Love or whatever. Yeah.
I was like, stop.
Yes.
Stop.
Yes. No.
I still can't believe all those women. I know it was a show, but ain't no way all those women was trying to get Flav. Shout out to Flav. You know, talented dude.
Maybe he's like a really nice.
That
man.
dude is ugly though. I'm just gonna keep it unfiltered. That dude is ugly.
Speaking of Halloween though, Sierra killed it.
Oh, I forgot about her.
She did Selena, and that she did all three members of TLC.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
She
about
did
that.
T-Boz Chili. And Left Eye. I was like, come on. Like Sierra just bodied it, man. Chloe did really cool. Chloe did Betty Boop. And she
I did see that.
And I love from Shark Tales.
Was it from Shark Tales?
Yeah, Shark Tales. She did Angelina Jolie's character. I was weak. I haven't seen that
movie in forever.
I love it. No, 100%. Yeah. Okay, that puts a wrap. I want to move on. Halloween 2021. Hail. It's mandatory. You have to dress up next year with me. Okay, we're gonna take a break.
You said Halloween 2021, so I guess
2022.
Got the pass there. Got the pass there. You guys heard it here first. Thank you.
And it's on wax. Okay, quick break. We got to talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Big moment for music over the weekend, and I really want to get into it after a quick short break. Okay. Capacity Dance Party is back. 11/11 means new beginnings for all my Angel Numbers fans. But yes, Capacity Dance Party is back and in Long Beach at a secret loft location. Only way in, CapacityDanceParty.com. Join myself, Malcolm Alexander, mixing and hosting alongside Pilot Jones, my girls Kaylin and Noma, M. Aurelius, and the legend DJ Dynamics. Tickets are $10, CapacityDanceParty.com. If you want to get access in to the grooviest party around. Last time I checked, this is Unfiltered Gems with Malcolm and Ryan. Our producer just swears. She just wants to add the voice. No, I love Sarah. And we love Sarah. That's why we sound in the podcast. That's why we sound great. That's why the podcast comes out on time. Amazing this week. So this is a Sarah appreciation tweet. Also, this weekend, on Halloween weekend, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the GOAT, finally inducted. Hale, you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, I do. Shout out to Jay.
And I don't think it's debatable. Like, I mean, as far as the GOAT.
Oh, maybe not. Okay.
No, as far as the GOAT. Like, I'm saying, like,
right.
And just
as far as rappers, yeah.
As far as rappers, of course, we can say subjectively, like, there might be better rap. Like, you might think Big Daddy Kane or KRS-One or Big L might be, but I'm just saying, as far as someone in this industry who has made it this far, this long, and has done it consistently. Like, I know a lot of us thought this man was already inducted, but he was not.
Yeah, for sure.
He now joins the ranks alongside 3 other rappers. One was inducted with him, LL Cool J, this past weekend.
Mr. Lick Your Lips himself.
Yeah. I love Ari Spears. He does the impersonation of him, and he goes, "All right, y'all, gonna get some body oil out. Get all hot and wet on my body." But he can literally do like LL Cool J so good. I'll have to send you the clip, but like he does this, like he does where he's about to spit, but he says I'm about to spit during when I was addicted to sex phase. So he's sitting there and he starts moving like him, and he goes, "All right, you already know with the body oil, start dripping down your body." Yeah, like, but he'll sound like yeah. It's just stupid, bro. It's hilarious. I'm the complete tangent, but I really love Ari Spears for that shit. But yes, LL Cool J was inducted same night as Jay-Z. They joined the ranks of only 2 other rappers inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, talking none other than Tupac and Biggie.
That's right.
Outkast needs to be next, but we'll talk.
True.
That'll be a topic for a completely other day. I just really think, and I don't know how Tribe Called Quest isn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
But the only thing that makes it hard about that, because I'm not opposed to either one of those, but the only thing that makes it hard about that is then you have to start putting in a bunch of legends, which I'm not opposed to. But then you have to put in Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One. You got to put in some other people along with those people. So, 100%. But Outkast and Tribe Called Quest, you can't go wrong with either one of those.
Man, I'm saying we know Kanye's gonna get there eventually. I mean, Kanye.
You think so?
I think so. Kanye still single-handedly
over Outkast, before Outkast and Tribe.
Oh, I don't know before. I just think eventually Kanye will make it.
Yeah.
Regardless of how we feel about him now, there's still no debating.
My question to you, though, is obviously Kanye has made some amazing music, but most of his amazing music has come at the beginning to the mid of his career. Sure. Right now, if we want to look at the last few albums, haven't been good. Yeah. So you think if he still goes on the same trajectory he's on, he'll still be able to get to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Because Jay-Z has been consistent, like we said.
Yeah, man. I think he does, strictly off the fact that he single-handedly elevated the genre of hip-hop to be the world's biggest genre. And I think even in the rap, right, we were, or in the prep, we were talking about what would the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame look like in 20, 30 years, right? Because rock is not the most dominant genre anymore, and it hasn't been for some time. So, like, Tina Turner just got inducted as a solo artist during this weekend as well. Who also just had one of the biggest artist acquisitions. Like, she sold her publishing or something like that for like $50 million. Oh, really? Yeah, dude. Or her likeness. She gotcha. Like, yeah, she like, and so and they said it was one of the music industry's biggest like talent sales, or however you call that. I'm not into the legalese and the jargon of that. But we think, what would the Hall of Fame look like 20, 30 years down the line? And it's going to be a lot more black faces, and it's going to be a lot people that aren't exactly rock.
True, and I agree with that. But then that just makes me ask the question, like, why don't we have a hip hop Hall of Fame or something like that? Like, why does it need to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Yeah,
but it's like the Grammys.
Because my thing is, like, if Jay-Z is just now getting into it, in 20 to 30 years, I don't want to say, oh, Kanye is just now getting into it, because then that means, shoot, we might not even be alive when Kendrick get in. And you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%. But I mean, when you look at the tutelage and the lineage of people who have been, it takes time. Like, that is, like, if I were a music artist, yes, I want the Grammy just to say I have the Grammy. Because we can sit here all day and say, like, yeah, well, screw the Grammys, screw all these billboards, because they ain't for us.
But it does feel good to get one.
100. Like, I'm all for that. Imagine. I'm like, why do we keep aspiring to all these Grammys and Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fames? We keep subscribing and seeking validation from structures that do not represent us. Yeah. But what it is, it's still the pedigree. To still say I'm Grammy nominated, that takes my price up. Right. That triples it. If I just say Grammy
yesterday's
nominated,
price is not today's price.
If I'm Grammy Award winning, if I'm in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you know, but I think that's why I would have inducted Jay right when he did Glastonbury about 10 years ago, because there was all this controversy. Glastonbury is a huge music festival that happens in London. Traditionally, just like Coachella, it was originally a rock festival or an indie festival, right? And Glastonbury was all about rock, right? And considering a lot of the European and American rock acts that have headliners have only ever been rockers. Right. So Jay-Z headlined about 10, 12 years ago, maybe. and there was people that were protesting. There was like, it was a big deal, right? And it just looks like what I love most, just flat out racism. It's just fun. Let's just call it what it is. He came out and I think he was it Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana, but he came out with the guitar, and he came out and played like an amateur, but came out in his first song, he's playing guitar. And what fucking song was it? And he had everyone with their lighters out. He said lighters up, and he's literally like playing the guitar. Not
like a rock star.
Yeah, but not that. He's also not amazing, so he was just being funny because there was some people who were like, yeah, man, I don't do this. And then he like throws the guitar. He's like, let's go. And then drums right into like Izzo and just like lights the place up. Yeah, man. So I would have inducted him then. I think it's well overdue. There's also controversy, not just with his Glastonbury performance, but about who inducted him into the Hall of Fame.
I know it can't be from my good President Barack.
No, who was one of them?
Yes,
who was one of them? There was a lot of people that I guess there was people that came in like virtually or over video, sending congratulations, and all that kind of stuff. I haven't even fully got into his acceptance speech, but there was one point where he's like, "Y'all really about to have a old black man crying up here?" But he was getting emotional, and that's what's really, really cool. I think it's just human. But
Beyonce was there, right?
Sure, probably, maybe.
I would hope so. But
I would hope so. I've slowly let go of my obsession. I'm not on Beyonce Watch 24/7. Only 10 hours a day now. But Dave Chappelle, none other than Dave Chappelle, was there in the flesh to induct him and bring him up on stage. I thought it was like, in this era, like I don't know, there was something, I don't know, poetic
in this era,
in this like in this age right now, in this
climate.
There we go. Let's do climate. I like climate better. In this climate, I kind of liked it just because it is like Chappelle is marred with so much controversy. Like I was telling you about his film that now he has to release independently, right? Because all these studios are now pulling out of helping him release his movie that was based on his whole Yellow Springs comedy tour last year during the pandemic. Yeah. He has a whole movie, and I guess it was supposed to come out in theaters and all this kind of stuff. And ever since the whole Netflix special, he pulled it away. But I'm gonna still say though, regardless of my politic and my beliefs about the special, you still looking at the GOAT. Chappelle is still Chappelle.
Who? Oh, I thought you were talking about Jay for a second. Okay.
Yeah. So it's honestly like, who better other than the president? If it wasn't the only president we acknowledge, the president, not Biden, but like if it wasn't Obama, which Obama video called it, if it wasn't him, I would hope it would be Dave Chappelle. It takes a GOAT.
It was an amazing choice.
Yeah, and I did see some of that, and Chappelle definitely just kept it real G, made it all about Jay-Z. And I thought it was great, dude. I think that's great. I think Chappelle is going a little insane now. I think he's just big hurt. Like, I'm just saying.
I will say he is hurt. If you're referring to
the other, yeah. So he did another stand up, or he put something else on up his Instagram last week, and it's pretty much now him saying, "I'm not going to be summoned by the LGBTQ community." And you're pulling out. I had all this stuff happen, and now all these say, "Am I really canceled? No one's releasing my movie now." And it's like, oh.
Now I will say this, because if you guys listeners who haven't listened, go back and listen to our episode that we did a few weeks ago on the Dave Chappelle special.
On the closer, please, for any other context, because I'm not going to be here.
We're not going to dive into all of that today.
I just can't.
But I will say you made a point in that episode about how he sounded angry. And I will say that the last video, to me, he sounded way more angry. I didn't get anger from the special, in my opinion, but he sounded very angry in that last video.
Yeah, no, he's throwing a tantrum now.
More hurt than angry to me.
So my question to you: do you feel bad for Chappelle? Do you have sympathy?
It's always hard for me to feel bad for people who have $50-60 million in the bank. Always hard for me to feel bad for those kind of people. So maybe feel bad's not the right phrase.
Do you have sympathy? I mean, we're seeing a grown man on stage throwing tantrums now.
See, I wouldn't call it a tantrum, Malcolm. I will say that he did show that he was hurt, and I can understand the hurt. I can understand why he would be hurt, because if you were if you were offered tons and tons of money to joke about niggers and you know, the N-word or whatnot, and you know, all his sketches that he did on the Chappelle show, and white people were throwing him money. But now when he makes jokes about being transphobic throughout that special and talks about the transphobic community and what's going to happen because he's talking about them and all this stuff, and now people want to cancel him, sponsors want to pull out all of this stuff, that I can understand why you would be upset by that, because it's like, it's only okay if I talk about my people. Right. And so I can't talk about anybody white, pretty much. Don't cross the line over there. You can only talk about what we want to hear, pretty much. And that's the problem to me. I think it's stupid. And I think that's why I had an issue with people trying to, and I know it wasn't you or a bunch of people, but the people who were trying to cancel him or whatever, I had a problem with that, because where were you guys when he was making all these other jokes that you found inappropriate? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like it was consistent. I feel like it's a huge double standard. And I like to see all of these big, mainly black celebrities who have come to his defense and are saying, like, this is Dave Chappelle, blah, blah, this is what he's always been. Because it's not, in my opinion, I don't think it was anything that he didn't differ off of his approach. He's always been somebody, like you mentioned, with the shock value comedy, somebody that's going to cross the line, somebody that's going to be controversial.
He's what is it? A habitual line stepper.
Without a doubt,
as a comedian, right? I just thinking of Charlie Murphy now. He is a habitual line stepper. It's just what I'm thinking.
So yeah, I just think it's a big double standard, bro. And it just upsets me. It probably upsets me more because it's another black man. But I just think it is upsetting because it's always a double standard, I feel like, when it comes to the black community. And you know, I just feel like this is a bigger thing because the LGBTQ community is led by white people, if we want to keep it 100. So that's the issue.
And that was, and I think at the end of that was his point of the special. That was also the antithesis of the special, right? Per my perception of it, which that I agree with. I just didn't think it was that funny. And I'm just wanting to call language what it is, and that. But again, you want more context on it. Go back and listen, because I ain't gonna go through it right now. I just didn't think it was funny because at the end of the day, I think we're coming to this space that as black people, we're talking about these pillars, right? If we're bringing it back to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, we're bringing it to the Grammys. If we're bringing this back to who's going to induct either, as we all become these legends, as where I want to see black people truly see freedom. Black people truly be liberated, right? In an effort to see this happen, I get very worried when I see what Chappelle is doing right now, because I think he exhibits what black men specifically with money, what the arc is always going to be. Because now you have people fighting for free speech, saying, well, he should be able to say what he wants to say, regardless of cancel culture. And I don't know if that's free speech or if this is white speech. And I feel like as black men sometimes, or as black people, especially when we get into these spaces and you know, money, we're now in these boardrooms, we can make decisions, we have power. What seems appealing to Chappelle from what I'm seeing is not that you want to be able to speak freely, it's that you want to be able to speak as a white man. You want to be able to speak without consequence. And that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing this aspiration not to be able to freely speak my mind, which anyone should, but then also have good sense. And like, you know what I'm saying? You can call things jokes all day, yada, yada. But, you know, and so again, it's Chappelle, but I'm saying a lot of people, I just see this from friends. I see this from peers. I see this from black men. When we get to a space where we're fighting for free speech and we think there's this illusion of freedom and this whole illusion of like, you know, I should be able to say what I want. I think what Chappelle wants, you want to be able to speak without consequence like a white man would.
I don't know if I fully agree with that. I understand your premise, though. And I think that just talking off the premise of that, I think that goes back to, as you probably would agree, the systemic issue. Mm-hmm. As black men, we are taught that the only people who have the right to speak without consequence are white men. Yeah. The only people who are allowed to operate without being charged for a crime because they're shooting an unarmed black man is a white man. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it's unfortunate mind washing type of thing. Like, if this is all we see all throughout our lives, then why would I not want that same privilege? You get what I'm saying? But I don't think that is what Chappelle is doing. I just think that if I want to look at the last special alone, I think Chappelle was just trying to, like you said, talk about the antithesis of the special. I don't think it was more so that he wants to talk as a white man. I just think he wants to be able to make jokes and do what he wants to do. You get what I'm saying? And I don't think that should be an issue. Especially if we're calling him the GOAT. Like, when do you get to be able to do what you want to do as the GOAT?
100%.
There's not a lot of GOATs that are not allowed to do what they want to do. If we want to look at GOATs in any industry, whether that's sports, music, all of them, Jay-Z does what he wants to do, and we just say he's the GOAT of rap. He does whatever he wants to do. Why can't Dave Chappelle? And I'm not saying talk without consequence. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying I think he should be able to make jokes like he has his whole career. Like, it shouldn't be different now because people are, like we talked about earlier, because someone is offended, but they weren't offended by the jokes about the black people. You get what I'm saying? And I know that they obviously were totally different jokes in the whole context that we talked about it with the special. But I think Dave Chappelle should be allowed to kind of spread his message the way he wants, especially because he's doing it in such a genius
as he's
way.
doing right now. And I think, but whatever he gets is what he's going to get socially. So cool. He should be able to speak without consequence. But what he gets is, I think that's why, and I asked initially about, I said initially, I'm just like, do you feel bad about it? Because I could care less. Like, he's got money. He has what he's doing. And it is what it is. Like, so it's like,
I don't know about feel bad.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel bad. Like, so your movie can't come out, and now you're on stage. People are paying tickets to go to see some jokes, and you on stage. Am I canceled now, bro? I just, where are the jokes?
I just think, like I said, it is. I think I will be upset too because it's a double standard, and I don't think once you get money or you are more upset or less upset than you would be right now. Like, it's no different than if you had a DJ thing and people were pulling out because they didn't like something you said on the podcast. You get what I'm saying? Like, you've still been the same DJ or the same guy throughout the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not nothing that you're doing different. Like, you're not going to be mad. I don't think you would be more mad if you were $1 million deep than you would be right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the money is changing why he's that upset. You think you would be more mad?
I'm confused. You're saying if he didn't have money, or if money wasn't like if his money wasn't being fucked with right now, would he still be that mad?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because I don't think it's as much about the money as it is the double standard. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just a double standard.
Yeah. Again, we agree on the double standard and the premise there. How we get to the end goal, we disagree, but that's all right, and that's why this is Unfiltered Gems. We got to take a break.
True.
Podcast time. When we come back, got to talk Ice Cube. Again, doing what he wants to do. I ain't mad about it. Do what you want to do, King. Unfiltered Gems. We're gonna take a break.
Do you like incredible musical performances and engaging conversations? Well, we've got both of those things for you right here at Mental Notes Live, the talk show focused on giving you tools to grow your faith, mindset, and progress. Hosted by yours truly, Ryan Hale. Be sure to follow us everywhere on any social media platform at Mental Notes Live, and go catch up on all of our previous episodes by visiting mentalnoteslive.com. Unfiltered Gems, we are back.
Hi.
What up? Man, it's been an amazing episode so far, but we've got to talk about your boy. My boy as well.
My
like
boy?
Ice Cube as well.
My dog?
Yeah, I like Ice Cube, especially the big three. It's been very successful. But
yeah,
Ice
his
Cube,
league.
Yeah,
That is. And look, you already know. Like, I have a lot of respect for Ice Cube, and have, because I think he is one of those who, like, put his money where his mouth was. He is one of those, like, black figures who speaks about, like, equity, and like you want to know my love language. You want to talk to me about black equity. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. I think that's amazing. And I think what he's done with Big Three, I think even what he's done with his acting career.
For sure.
Even when you think about what happened and reasons why he left NWA or was out, like, ousted, left, like however you want to perceive it, right? It's just like this man has always betted on himself. He's bet on black and he's bet on himself. And so I fuck with Ice Cube in this regard.
That's true.
Also,
I don't know how I feel about Ice Cube on this one.
Yeah.
He did leave. For those who don't know, he was supposed to star in a movie alongside comedian Jack Black. Hilarious comedian, in my opinion.
I love Jack Black.
Those two together, I thought that movie was going to be super
That
funny.
was probably some funny shit, yeah.
Yeah, it was called Oh Hell No. Sony was producing it. But Ice Cube just exited that movie, left $9 million on the table due to the vaccine mandate that they had in place for the workers, the actors, or whatnot.
Okay.
So, yeah, he said that doctors are lying about the vaccine and the coronavirus or whatnot.
Okay.
So he
So-
is not getting vaccinated.
And they protested
Yeah, I wasn't
outside,
feeling Cube on this one.
And
Wasn't feeling Cube on
it's not even that I'm not feeling you. It's like, again, consequence, nigga. Like, I have nothing for you. You know what to do. And I still actually got plenty of respect for Ice Cube, but it doesn't change how I feel about like his politics. I think, but at the end of the day, I think it's really sad
Yeah, it is.
that at the end of the day, anti-vaxxers' main argument is that they do not want to be told what to do. And I know that seems very overgeneralized. I'm not speaking to the people who have autoimmune disorders who probably cannot get a vaccine. There's a few people that actually know that because of like other things that other health. Totally get it. That's fine. And if you don't want to get a vaccine, cool. That is your choice.
That is.
So now you're going to live with those consequences.
Because lots and lots and lots of companies and states are getting mandates. So what are you going to do?
It's really sad because I actually had to, and it wasn't a debate or a conversation like this. It was with a brother of mine. So it wasn't like we weren't going at it, but,
Right.
but he came over. This was just last week. This was like Wednesday night. Came over. I'm cooking. First thing out of his mouth, and I haven't seen this man in months. So I'm like, big dog, where we at? You know. So you got the vaccine. Okay, are we going first order of
Heading
business?
straight there.
All right, we're going straight there.
Diving right
Copy. I looked at him and I said, "Yeah, I do," because I figured, why not? And you know, I had mine because I had my reasonings, and my reasonings are my reasonings. I even kept my vaccination status pretty private because I'm like, I think, quite frankly, sharing that, I think that might as well just be an STD test. I'm just like, for the people that are inquiring, that need to know, you will know whether or not I'm vaccinated. Doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't have to be like this thing that I have to just go share with everybody. I don't have to share my negative tests with everybody. I ain't got to share my, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a private thing for me. But he gets in, and I tell him my reasoning for doing it, and he's like, well, and he said it like Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. He says, I'm not fucking leaving. He goes,
It's one of my favorite movies.
yo, oh my God, I love that one. He goes, I'm not getting that shit. He said it with such conviction. I said, oh, good. Okay. Like, it's now it's like, I don't know what people are expecting when it's like, I'm not getting that shit. You want me to root for you, nigga? You want a cookie? Cool.
I think a lot of people who are anti-vaxxers or don't want the vaccine or whatnot, I think they do want to kind of have some
They want to engage.
argument or
well,
whatnot.
and so
yeah, they want to. Yeah.
So I mentioned I had to flex. Like you never know. Sometimes like, oh man, I don't want to have to go there, but then I gotta go there, and I had to literally pull my degree out because what's happening, and this is where me and Ice Cube, it's like I still got love and respect for you, but what I cannot fuck with is misinformation. Misinformation is gonna kill people. Has killed people even before pandemic, more so than ever. Like it's the misinformation. Again, if you don't want to take it, cool, don't take it. But you can't come. Not even Dr. Dre can talk about medical professionals. So Ice Cube, what do you know about what a doctor is lying about? So my man who comes over, he says, well, I'm gonna take that shit. And I said, cool, bro. He goes, cuz, and then he starts going in. He goes, bro, he starts showing me all these Instagram pages. I said, oh shit. He said, look, these are all people. These are all portraits of people who have died from the vaccine. I said, so what's the source? He said, pardon me? And I pointed, I don't even have it on my wall, but I pointed on where my degree should be. I don't know where my degree is at, but I said, I have a degree in journalism, in broadcast journalism. So I said, I pride myself in when I'm gathering and doing my own research. Even if Nicki Minaj's research is your kind of research, right? My cousin, second cousin, twice removed, swollen testicles, right? If that's how you want to do your fucking research, I'll pray for you. So then he goes, well, Varys is a self-publishing Wikipedia-style site that anyone can go on and type whatever they want, and pretty much the articles get upvoted. So he goes, bro, 18,000 people have died from the vaccine. I said, let me guess, you got that on Varys? He goes, yeah, so you know. I said, yeah, so what's the source on Varys? He said, Varys. I said, no, but what's the source? He looked at me and goes, well, but look at these numbers. He kept changing. I said, motherfucker, what's the source? Is that a peer-reviewed journal? What doctor wrote this? He couldn't even show me the author. I said, did you research who wrote this? Because that's the age that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
People see a tweet. People are up to date because of the Shade Room. You get clickbait titles. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do to promote these episodes. Yeah. We know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But come on. And so at the end of it, he goes, well, then what about the I forget whatever experiment. But when all the CEOs they left their companies, they did a mock pandemic like 2 years ago. CEOs of some of the biggest companies in the world and all that kind of stuff. And this whole experiment and everything, like there's information about that out there. So I finished his sentence and I told him, I said, oh, you mean like the experiment and all the CEOs, they left, they cashed out, and they come back in, mock pandemic. He goes, so you know? I said, then yes, it's probably man-made as well. I said, we see this. I said, does it mean that people aren't dying or weren't dying at an increasing rate earlier this year and last year? I said, I need you to check your sources because I promise you 1% of the hospitalizations are people that are vaccinated right now. Unvaccinated people for COVID are still taking up more of the hospital beds.
Yep.
The Haiti earthquake that just happened killed about 2,200 people last time I checked. There have still been more people who have died in the Haitian earthquake and praying over that entire island and all those people. But more people have died in the Haitian earthquake than have from vaccine side effects here in the country. Now, if people want to find me some serious information to refute that point, don't give me Varys. don't give me a tweet. Don't get Nicki Minaj's cousin's boyfriend's twice removed on the line. Find me the proper information. Vet it, source it, check it. 3-4 sources. Because that's what I had to do. That's what I still do. Mm-hmm. I do not look at a tweet and say, oh, information, got it. The facts. It's not going to happen. So Ice Cube and anyone else, I could care less. And I'm glad he's not sitting here saying screw it, or he's not sitting there trying to cancel. Like, I like it. He literally he made his point. He said information, but he's like, cool. And that's what it is. You don't have a vaccine, you're going to live with this shit now. Until they lift the mandates. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. Regardless, even if I think that these mandates are heinous. Like, there's sometimes I'm like, okay, it's a little excess, a little extra. Like, the mandate should be real extra, but whatever. That's what it is. This is life now. People love to preach about being so fluid and so like water, and people love to talk about faith and being able to change, and I can adapt and I'm flexible. Yep. But the hill that you're dying on is putting this damn a shot in your arm that got some proteins in it, nigga. That will quite frankly lose its effectiveness within 6 months of taking it, like any vaccine. But it's okay. Ice Cube, you still got money, brother, and I'm still gonna play your albums. I ain't even mad. Look, Cube. Do you, big dog?
Do your thing.
Do your thing. Is he the Super Bowl? No, it's just Dre and Snoop and Mary and Kendrick and Eminem. No, he's not.
No Cube.
Oh, Cube. Okay, well, he should be, but maybe he won't be. He's not vaccinated.
He won't be there.
We got to talk. No Filter is not happening today. Why? Because at least probably through Christmas, No Filter is going to be replaced with our Insecure rap segment that at the moment is still Untitled. Working title. Because we can't call it the wind down. That's what theirs is called. Yeah. I just, we'll get clever. If anyone has like, I need a clever name, y'all.
Some clever titles.
I need a clever title for the Unfiltered
Gems.
But I mean,
if we look at Untitled, Kendrick blew up on an Untitled album, so maybe we can do the same.
So call it.
He didn't blow up on it, but it's Untitled was fire.
Is this this is like our Untitled Unmastered?
That's true. Levitate.
I'm about to rewind that shit tonight. I do enjoy that project so damn much.
It is really good, bro.
I literally have only watched this episode once. I'm probably actually gonna finish this podcast and put it on one more time.
I was gonna say I need to watch it again.
All right,
but
what are your thoughts?
After first, man, I've got so many. After first watch, such an amazing episode, man. I thought it was really good. I love the way that they're putting this episode together. Just like everything, the storyline and the plot and everything is just coming together very well to me. I can't lie to you. I did stand up from my couch and yell like I was at a basketball game or a Cardinals game yesterday when I saw the beginning of the episode and how Molly and Issa are so cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it was really cool context too. And again, like spoiler alert, y'all know what it is. Y'all could just go right to the last 30 seconds of the podcast if you just want to hear our rap. Y'all already know what it is. So I really shouldn't have to put the alarms all through it. But spoiler alert. I like that it starts off and the writing is really cool because everything is now taking place a year later.
Yes.
I think it is cool because sometimes like there is filler, you know, and so to have them go from the throwback episode of them doing the reunion to now, all right, here's where they're at a year later.
Exactly.
You know, here's how
like
they've come into each other's womanhood, if you will.
And you can see the growth. And I know your biggest thing was Molly and like self-sabotage. And as we all, we agreed on that. But you can see how she's growing, especially in this episode.
10,000%.
Like, even when she was trying to go on a dating app, like she knew this is what I was in the past. Like I need to be different. I need to be able to do some things different.
I'm sorry. Hopefully. I'm thinking of what's my nigga? He does the trap TSA church. Man? No, he does he does trap gospel songs. Herbert. Herbert's Corner.
What did Molly's mom
Herbert's
say?
Corner. That's going to be our title for this segment. Herbert's Corner.
I saw what she said. I saw Herbert at the beach for beach day at the church.
Said,
and God be a thigh. She said, I'm hanging up now.
I'm hanging up. But she just went click. Like, I would justice for Herbert, man. I know Herbert is that's a good church man. You know what I'm saying? He would treat Molly right. You know, I would justice for Herbert. They gonna try to paint Herbert as little nerdy church boy, but I bet Herbert's that nigga.
Nah, I'm not with you on that one, bro. Can't get with you on that one. Bro, I was crying when Issa said, oh, his dad's cute. Now show me him.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes. Bollywood. Like, no, it was great, dude. Great. But yeah, a year later, we see Issa and Molly. They're really, really, really cool. No signs. There was no like, you know how sometimes like even in season 3 and 4, like season 2 and 3, it's like
you can see the signs.
You can see the signs where you're like, I feel uncomfortable. If I was in the room with y'all, I'd be like, you could cut the with the knife. Where I'm like they're doing like slumber parties again.
Genuine,
and they're over here like. But I think it's
Molly,
really,
you're my best friend.
Yeah,
I was like,
dude, I loved it, man. I loved.
You loved it, huh?
I liked.
Oh,
hold on. Whoa. I liked that they were getting along.
Jesus is real.
Like,
wow,
Malcolm
is turning around.
No. Now, I want this only if like it's growth, and I think it's Issa being a career woman now.
Malcolm, you have changed.
No. Bro,
just last week you was like, no, I'm not for this. They stressing each other out, blah, 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 blah. Now you talking about I'm all happy. I want this.
No. Hold on. I still don't know.
I've been praying for you, Brother Malcolm. I've been praying for you.
It's only prayers. I be saying, Ryan, I'm like, I need prayer for a lot of things. And he literally, the only thing Ryan prays for me for is that I come around changing my team for Issa and to be for Issa and Molly.
Me and Herbert been praying for you, brother.
I'm gonna call Herbert, bro. Like, fuck this. I'm calling Herbert. It's hard. I really enjoyed seeing sisterhood, seeing it captured on TV, and seeing it unconditional. Seeing like, especially after everything that has happened.
Didn't I say from jump, Malcolm, before this season started? They are family.
Family wouldn't talk to me like that, though. Family wouldn't talk to me like that.
Hey, but you just said it's a sisterhood. So which is it?
Brotherhood, nigga. Let one of my siblings talk to me like that. We wouldn't be speaking.
No, I know. I'm just saying. You said this. What they're doing right now is sisterhood. They portrayed that last night. So I'm just saying they're family. They had their issues, but they were able to work through it.
Yeah, and
that's all I'm saying.
Well, you know who else Issa had in her bed as well?
I was about to say we can't leave without talking about the ending.
But I love this as well because it shows Issa in a really. I think it just there's always the show with Kofi or Crenshaw. Crenshaw. That was funny. I just really love seeing Issa really like in her professional woman bag. Like she's come a long way from the block party to like really building out this company, and seeing her just like own it is really beautiful.
She's killing it.
She's killing it. Like to really see Issa be like in her career woman bag. I like it, but I do like that we see her in this vulnerable place of like, am I ready for another relationship? Yep. If I'm here with Nathan, it's comfortable. A year later, if I'm here with Nathan, it's comfortable. We're working together. But right when you think they're going to have a moment of heated passion or heated fellowship, she breaks down.
I felt so bad for her, man. I wish I could just hug her in that moment. I did feel bad for Nathan too because it was like, man, you're in such an awkward position right now. But I mean, Nathan has seemed even though he was a buster in what was that season 3 when he ditched her.
Not a
just
buster,
went
man.
MIA.
Look, he had mental health too. I think this is.
He did.
He
I
said
forgot
that.
about
Like,
that.
come on now. Like, I don't know if it's a
Shoot.
buster, bro. Like,
Right. Ooh,
golly.
shoot. Forgive me, Nathan.
Did you just say a trick ass buster? You just called this homie a trick ass buster? Golly.
No.
For being
what's so crazy?
bipolar?
I totally forgot about that. I was thinking about I can't remember the other dude that just like went MIA on her, or Molly, one of the two. But that's what I was thinking about. I forgot Nathan had a real, like you said, the mental health issue, and he came back and tried to talk to her and stuff like that. I forgot about that. Totally different. So he's not a buster. But what I was gonna say was he has been, ever since he had got back in the picture, he has been like a good friend for her and trying to look out for her and stuff like that. So
I think it put
seems
him
like a really good dude.
Yeah, it put him in an awkward place, not from like, oh, I'm trying to get it in. I think it was kind of like, oh shit, okay, I want to like hold you and respect you and love you where you're at, and then.
But then he did dip.
Yeah, because what am I supposed to do after that? Like, I also.
But I was gonna ask you, like, would you have stayed? Or would you have
man,
dipped?
it's hard, man.
It is hard because I'm like,
I
do feel because I would have felt bad, but it's like, I think you good now. Like,
yeah, like
you know
I mean,
what I'm
but he held, he held her, and he was there for her. Like, I would have been like, cool, let's take a drive real quick. But then it's kind of like,
right.
I don't know if. Oh man, Sarah, I don't know. Sarah types in our show, in our rundown, you should always stay. When like a girl, yeah, man, when they break down, and again, we're not in a relationship. Like, they're not in a relationship, they're friends. Right. So they're about to have a moment, sex, right? Or making out, about to have something else, and like Issa literally just breaks down. Like, that's whose burden, like, and it's not a burden, but like, all right, so this is what it means when it comes to like emotional intelligence, and actually like, okay, so what I need is more of like I need you to hold space right now. Right. But we're friends now. And I think that's where it just blurs the line. That's why I said, hey, Molly was in her bed as a friend. Is Nathan in there as a friend is well, and cool. If y'all want to be friends with benefits and y'all do what grown people do, that's 100% fine. But Issa, you're clearly in a space which is very relatable. I think, again, why I love.
That's what I was about to say.
it.
That's why it's so realistic.
It's realistic. Bro. Like, it's not. I'm not shaming her and saying like you need to grow. Like, I've definitely been one for Issa. Like, you need to grow up. No, it's just like it's just raw. Like, a year later, you still feel a type of way about Lawrence. Clearly, Lawrence is not in this episode. He's now living up in San Francisco. We don't know that, Malcolm. We don't know where he's at yet. He lives in San Francisco because that's the last episode he was moving. No, they said that was in the what you'll see this season. They haven't actually said that he moved already. Well, in the teaser for next week's episode, this nigga's in San Francisco. That's what I'm saying. So, if it's still a year later, then I would imagine this man is in. I'm just, No, you're probably right. Context clues. Context clues is all I'm saying. Yeah, thank you. Sarah said, Ryan, he's in SF. I was just, context clues of where he would be. Wait, I know Sarah ain't speaking. She just caught up. But she did, so it's fresh for her. But yeah, no, it's just relatable, man, because, yeah, you can be a year later. You can be, 6 months later. And maybe it's not that she maybe is over Lawrence. Maybe we don't know where it's at, right? But there's still a space. The feelings are still there, right? And that just takes time. And that was really the love of your life for like a very, I was about to say, bro, we've been in relationships where a year later we're still feeling some type of way. Shoot, years later at some different times. Definitely. So, it's just realistic, and that's why I texted you last night. And I was like, Issa just deserves all her flowers because like the writing and everything and the way that they're doing this season. I know we're just 2 episodes in, but the way that it's going, like I watched her interview on the Breakfast Club. I think it was last week. A couple weeks ago, and she was just talking about how she wanted all the characters to grow in this last season, like when they came to the final stage of the show. So I'm seeing it now. Like, I'm seeing all of them grow, like you said. Issa in her professional bag, Molly kind of getting over her self-sabotaging ways and everything like that. We'll see what Lawrence is and everything, but I think I'm loving the growth. I'm loving the growth. And I think that was the title of this episode. Yeah, it was like growth. Okay. Growth. Okay. So we're seeing that, man. We're really seeing it. Once again, I just want to put on for just the black artists that were displayed in this episode, because they actually did. When they did the wind down after the episode, the costume designer said that they actually did. Like, she was like, yeah, I could have just like costumed everybody and just made it look like a line, but she actually worked with Pyre Moss and like made a line just for that episode, like for them to walk it. And so that's really cool. And I think Crenshaw, this is my last point, but I think Crenshaw's character really represents a lot of black creatives in LA, where we're tired of our art being for the consumption of white people. you know, and having to water things down based off of a white man's notes for what he thinks is socially acceptable and okay.
Yeah.
So I loved it, man. Like everything that they're just the messages, the friendship. I love Issa's vulnerability, and I want to see where she goes. I like that we saw. I just really like that moment because I felt bad. I was like, ooh, but also
I know.
But also like that's it.
Man.
And so, but to the point, I don't want listeners. This is going to be something that I know fellas and women are going to disagree with completely. But I want to know, fellas and women,
here we go.
If something like like our previous episode happens, right? We're about to, you know, have a moment of heated fellowship. One member, man or woman, but I feel like the context changes depending on woman, right? Man or woman breaks down because of feelings that they're working through. Do you stay in that moment for the whole night, cuddle buddy, you know, the whole, or do you support for a short amount of time and you dip like Nathan did? I am definitely on. It's tough, and I think to be honest, I don't know if it's a blanket answer because I feel like it would really change depending on the person.
Case by case scenario.
Yeah, I think it would change on the person.
Case by case. Seeing how Nathan has been such
Sarah
a good
says
friend,
you stay to support them for as long as they need, bro. Yeah.
Seeing how Nathan has been such a good friend to her, I am a little surprised that he didn't stay, but I'm not upset per se that he didn't. Like, I can understand why he left.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
And again, we don't know where Nathan's, like, I've been there where sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't really be around you right now because of the feelings that I have or the feelings that I'm still working through.
And they hinted at it earlier in that episode, like, that Nathan was dating somebody else.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So is it, yeah, I actually think it's very okay if Nathan has to dip. Like, he probably, I mean, if he's dating somebody, he probably shouldn't have been in her bed in the first place, even if they were friends. But it's a different that's a different conversation. Sarah says, as a friend, would you leave me crying in a non-sexual way? No, like, of course not. But
that's why I said it's case by case.
But it's case by case. It's a case by case situation. So it's like, I don't, you know, I think it's just different. Yes, there's a lot of platonic women friends that I have, right? So yes, if you were crying, yeah, I'll probably just, I got you, go cry, I got you. You know, but like, if we had maybe recently or somehow been romantically involved, if maybe the feelings that we're both feeling that brought me to tears or brought her to tears are because of like fresher feelings, then I don't know. And then I'm dating somebody else. I don't know how safe this is for my feelings. Like this,
right?
Like
it's just tough.
It's tough, man. Like, because I've really been looking at that for myself lately. You know, like just like, oh yeah, there's actually spaces that sometimes I just can't be in. There's people that I can't be around just because of like, because of feelings, because of reminiscent feelings. And it's not that I wish bad on them, but it's like if I'm around scenarios, if I'm around those people, I'm triggered. It's feeling back to me, like
you preaching good,
like
you preaching good, sir.
So it's not, yeah, like I you know, so moment of complete vulnerability for me, but it's like I don't know if we can also be so quick to say what Nathan did was wrong. He was protecting his mental at the end of the day.
Like you just highlighted, he did have some mental health things that he was working through.
No. He had mental health, but you think he's a trick ass buster, so it's fine.
Did not say that. Never said that. I said he was acting like a buster in a moment. And I backtracked. Wrong guy. Don't put me out there. I'm not a Nathan hater.
Y'all, Ryan hates Nathan.
Nathan, I love you, brother. You're a good dude from what I can see.
We shout about he's real people. Nathan, we see you, dog.
Right.
We see you, Nathan.
I see you, brother.
Nathan, I see you.
Keep doing what you're doing, Nathan.
Kendrick Sampson sitting home at home like these people. Because clearly, look, the AKAs are still mad at Amanda Seales. Like,
they're so petty.
People have no context of who's the character and who's a real person.
Exactly. But no. I just think he was dealing with some mental health issues as you highlighted. Yeah. So you never know, and that's so real, bro. Like I've been around in those situations too, where I was like, I can be around you if I have to be around you, but I don't want to be around you if I don't have to. Not in a rude way, but it's just like I don't want to put those feelings there if they don't need to be there, if they don't have 100%. To be there. You know what I'm saying?
100%. No, I completely, and it's hard. Like, again, it's not a negative thing, but like I think that's where everyone and their mama loves to talk about boundaries. There are certain boundaries, even that friends need for this relationship to work.
Facts, bro.
To work properly.
I know I'm probably gonna be tearing up in the final episode though.
Oh, I'm inviting it. I want a moment right now. I quite frankly, I want to cry now. I wanted to cry just from the opening shot on the first episode. I'm ready. Give me tears,
too,
Issa.
bro.
Writing room go crazy. And to producer Sarah is Nathan Single. His name is also Kendrick Sampson. That is the actor's name. Apparently he might be with a model. I just looked it up. Apparently he might be dating somebody, or he might.
Oh, she's talking
not
about
be.
the real one, or she's talking about the show
She's talking about Kendrick Sampson.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
she's talking about Kendrick Sampson, like the actor.
Gotcha.
Yes, in the show though, yeah, he alluded during the show that he's in a relationship. But yes, in real life, I do not know. I do not know.
He didn't say he was in a relationship. That he just had a date that night.
Oh, see, that's so that's completely different.
So
that is
he
completely different.
He didn't say that he was in a relationship.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then, yeah, it's one thing. If you're dating, it's different than like being in a relationship.
Right.
I will say that.
Right.
But yeah, if we're talking about like emotionally supporting somebody when there's fresh feelings that might be between two of us, it's deep. Sarah wants to have a watch party for maybe the finale or some episodes this season. So, to our Unfiltered Gems Hive out there, to our people, to the listeners, there is, what's that app? There's the Netflix community app or something. I'm botching. This is terrible. I don't know. It's like the watch party app. Like we could all watch something on HBO Max at the same time. Like I can start it from here, and as long as you have HBO Max, it'll play on everyone's.
I don't know how realistic that is gonna be, only because we watch it at such different times. But maybe
But
we can
hey,
do it.
we put it on the calendar. So to the listeners, if y'all want to watch it with us, we'll be in the chat. We'll be doing live commentary. Be there for our, maybe just record the segment right there. I
was gonna say we might be the dudes that keep pausing it though, so we can talk about what's happening.
You know what we'll have to do? We'll have to watch the episode first and then watch it. Then watch it with
and then watch it with everybody
else.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was like, because I know I hate when people be like talking live too, but I just like genuine reaction. That's what I like. I like, girl, same. No. Nigga, you don't fuck. Like I love that kind of commentary, but do not be pausing the episode trying to give me a rundown of hidden implications in the show.
Don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. And Sarah says we can come together. It's an event, Ryan. So,
Interesting.
I'm just saying it is. Maybe.
All right.
Yeah. I think it's what it is. Guys, that's the podcast for the day. Yeah. Want to know your thoughts on Insecure? Got to know, is Nathan the right? Is he in the wrong? If you're in a relationship in the context, maybe the platonic context of Issa and Nathan, do you walk out after you have emotionally supported somebody? Because clearly we see the signs. He did hold her for a minute.
Yeah.
But then yes, he left at one point during the night. Do you leave?
Right.
Do you leave? I want to know. But that's all I got today. Hale, it's a podcast. What else you got?
Nothing else, man. I think we've had a full show.
We had quite a full show today, y'all. So you already know. Follow us everywhere at Unfiltered Gems Podcast. Subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Even if you don't listen on that platform, still subscribe to us there, guys. It helps out, and we really, 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 really appreciate it. Come out to Capacity, 11:11.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Capacity 11:11. No.
I'm
good. Shout that out.
I'm just plugging.
And then also be sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel as well, where the episodes are dropped in full now. So go ahead and check those out.
Our pretty
also.
faces, man. Y'all gotta see it. We looking good over here, baby. So that is all I got for Unfiltered Gems. My name is Malcolm Alexander.
And I'm Ryan Hill. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.